Stop taking away our self-confidence by telling us that we can't because of racism, because of slavery. I've never been a slave in this country.
We don't have no property. We don't have no land. We worked 400 years to make this country the wealthiest country on the planet.
Let's talk about Candace Owens.
I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing that you utilize their history. You utilize their history, and you come in here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. More emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. It's embarrassing. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans.
You're not the ones who slaved us, who lynched us or raped us, but your people stole the property and left it with you, and you still guilty because you keep it. All the TV stations, all the lectures, the Ramadians, the Holidayans, all the land, everything is yours. So ain't nothing in politics for us.
Someone Muhammad Ali would fact check into oblivion.
The idea that this country and the success that this country had is because slaves built this country. History betrays this narrative, okay? Let me first say, obviously, we all know slavery was abhorrent. It was an abhorrent practice all over the world. It did not begin in America.
All over the world.
And actually, it did not begin with white people, right? It still goes on today, and it is black and brown people that keep those institutions up.
I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this integration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land.
Yet somehow, someway, a famous artist in music has appeared to be chummy with her words. That man is Philly rapper Meek Mill.
And of course, there's the controversy surrounding Meek Mill, a rapper who, after 4 probation violations and a stern warning from the judge, was issued prison time. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 probation violations. And of course, Colin Kaepernick came rushing to his aid in another ill-advised tweet. Cap would like us to know that he spoke to Meek Mill, and he will continue to fight against the harsh sentencing practices that have affected Meek and millions of other people of color for generations. Breaking the law is illegal. The consequence of doing something that is illegal is getting arrested. Meek Mill is in prison because he broke the law continuously, not because he's black. Highlight of my week was Jay-Z chiming in support of Meek Mill, talking about the injustices of prison sentences.
Meek, who has said and claims the opposite of this diatribe, has shown affection to Owens' rhetoric.
Kanye West, now Ye, was not the only person wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt at the Paris Fashion Week. His friend and our friend Candace Owens was standing right next to him.
Remember this debacle?
When you say make America great again, which period are we talking about? The period when women couldn't vote? The period when we were hanging from trees?
I'll answer.
Or like the crack era? Which period in America are you trying to make America like again?
So I actually think that I would totally rock a hat right now that said "Make Black America Great Again" because Black America.
Make America.
Before,
We're talking about make America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering your question.
Which period was America great that we're trying to replicate? Which era was it? Tell me.
I think I'll answer your question. I'm ready to answer your question.
Which era was it?
What?
Which era was so great?
Here's the thing that you guys are forgetting. America was actually one of the slavery was all over the world. All over the world. America was. I'm not saying it's okay. So why are you saying oh?
Hey man.
America was one of the first countries.
I want to like you so bad.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Smart. I want to like you so much.
I can't answer the question.
I want to hear you. I want to be able to hear them. I want to be able to hear them.
If I can't answer the question and you're just going to boo when I say slavery was all over the world, which is a fact, why are you booing a fact?
Because you're making light of.
No, I'm not.
You're making light of the enslavement of people that look like us. You can't make light of that. That ain't nothing you breeze over.
I haven't even finished the sentence. How am I making light of anything?
You started with some bull.
Okay.
Or this.
Yeah, you know, I was testifying against their idea that white supremacy is a burden or something, a big threat that's facing Black America, and it's a joke. And I spoke specifically about, reparations, because it's just one of the most obvious scams that's before us right now.
Or this. It hasn't stopped Meek from tweeting, "I watch Candace Owens all the time," which is quite an interesting thing since Owens has taken many a snipes at Meek over the years.
I don't feel like anybody is addressing it to try to help fix things. It's a lot of things in the system that clearly don't make sense to the world, but it's going on today, and it's keeping many young Black men caught up in the system without even committing crime.
Are you able to square that with the fact that the judge with whom you've had so many run-ins recently is herself African American?
Yeah, I ain't even blaming on like Caucasian African American. I think it's actually a mindset of actually self-hate. I don't think it's really a thing of a certain color, but it's designed to keep people like myself and the culture I come from. You could be white and come from where I come from and born in these conditions and still get caught up in the same.
Meek's tweets looking worse by the day above a Tucker Carlson tweet where he is in Moscow set to brown-nosed Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. Meek Mill wrote, "Let me see what's going on before we get caught in a war we don't have nothing to do with."
We believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them. And you know how we're doing it? We're doing it by speaking the truth at every step of the way. There are two genders in this country. Period. That is the truth. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear energy. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism lifts us up from poverty.
Between the police, it got to be bridged. If it's not going to bridge, it'll forever be separated. And I don't think anything could be done about it until both sides step up.
Nothing like both sides seeing police brutality, am I right? This is the same dude who chipped in for a Bentley for a billionaire, but...
I'm not gonna split it. What you say, gave him, big bro? Don't put your hand in my car. Big bro, they want me one time, Meek. Yo, I just gave y'all money, man.
Man, y'all gotta split that money, man. It's $20.
That's a dub. Yeah.
When he saw kids selling water, he pulled up in his $400,000 car and gave them $20. In a conversation on Clubhouse, he'd speak on it. "I know what's going on. I ain't giving no young bulls no money to buy no weed." Like, what is that? The paper trail is rather simple when it comes to Meek and his business practices. On his left is Didier Moraes, who serves as his publicist. He's also an employee at Burke Communications, a company owned by Ron Berkowitz, who snarled throughout Jay-Z's "We've moved past kneeling" press conference with the NFL. Burke Communications served as the PR firm of the NFL Rock Nation deal/partnership with Inspire Change.
The controversy over Jay-Z and Rock Nation's deal with the NFL continues. The Crushers Club is one of two groups working with at-risk children in Chicago that received part of $400,000 in donations from Rock Nation and the NFL as part of their previously announced Inspire Change initiative. But the organization came under scrutiny recently when on social media posts like this showed up. This is Crushers Club's president, Sally Hazelgrove, cutting a young man's dreads off. They are also known for encouraging the phrase, "all lives matter." I guess all hair doesn't matter, but to them, all lives matter and more.
Remember Sally Hazelgrove of Crushers Club? They were chosen to team up with the NFL's Inspire Change as well. At the end of the day, it just goes to show, it is not hard to follow the trail and connect the dots. If there are any stories that we have missed or any stories that you would like to submit, get at me on social media. My DMs are open on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.